I would like to talk for a bit about the concepts behind the three phases of the art of recovery, which you brilliantly put together a long time ago. And you and I have meshed out a ton of different aspects of it that have really made a huge difference in recognizing the complexity of healing from food dysfunction.
I think it's because I noticed that we have a childlike approach to we'll just get on a food plan, stick to the food plan, and get somewhere, get there, and we're never going to have a problem again. It's like a very childlike belief. And what I started to notice was there are phases, there are ahas that come up. Oh, this is not about the food, this is about this. And then we start applying it. We start talking about it. We are in a community that we can freely talk about it without getting advice. There are phases that we must go through. And it's not like we're going to go through them. Now we're there. It is life. It's life. We're just living life. And how can we be living life with all that is involved with life? Just disappointments and deaths and life without needing accompaniment, needing support, but not needing support like I'm eating, yeah, I'm eating too. But what's causing me to do that? What's needed is an understanding of different phases we go through. Yeah, we go through the first phases. I'm on a diet. I'm on a food plan. I will never again. This feels so good. I will never again go off this. And then life starts to happen and we do go off. What's going on that makes us return to the food so that we can look at it openly and not be ashamed and have accompaniment and have compassion for others rather than judgment for others so that we can have compassion for ourselves.
And the purity of curiosity, the concept of just really, I would just like to be very curious about this right now. What is causing me to do this? Pulling ourselves out of the triggering moment, being able to really, you can do that. There's a brain that is involved in the trigger, and there's a way to pull yourself out of that trigger. And that's part of what we're talking about when we talk about the three phases. It has helped me tremendously to understand certain things are not my fault. Certain things happened to me that created the way I react to certain things. Certain things in my life are go-tos until I change, until I shift those neural pathways. I'm going to keep doing it. It's going to keep happening. And that's what the three phases are, right? That's what the three phases talk about in a new perspective and an out of the box thing. And that's why it's one of my favorite things to discuss, because it encompasses our complexity. It encompasses the life that we live that is extremely robust. Even if you feel like I don't have anything, I don't do anything, I don't go anywhere. Even then, you have a complexity to your life that is shifting constantly. And there's always things that could happen that might cause you to derail, if you will. Just the concept of landing the plane is a real struggle for me, because you might land that plane, but that plane is not going to not take off again. That plane is not going to stay on the ground. That plane is going to take off again. And guess what? When you're in the air, all of a sudden something might happen and you get to make a course adjustment, do something with wisdom, with awareness, with
what is that? What is that?
Or compassion, with curiosity. We can do those things. It's just new muscles that we get to exercise. In essence, that's what this is.
It's really simple. And so you talk about the complexity. Yeah, it's really complex because we're really complex, but it's actually really simple.
It is.
We are on ourselves, we're afraid, we say terrible things to ourselves in all to make ourselves better. We're saying terrible things to ourselves. After a while, we just can't listen anymore. We have to stop the insanity and we go to food. It's quite simple. What we have to learn is what just happened? What's in there? What's underneath there? Little by little, gain the fortitude, gain the understanding, gain, oh, this is what it is. And I don't know how anyone can do it alone. Don't know. Getting in a group of people who are like me, because we have an eating disorder or we have a desire for food or whatever, however you want to frame it, is not enough. It's helpful. It's really helpful. But just to be, okay, I'm with other people who understand me, great. What do I do? What do I need to do here? What do I need to do here? Oh, what's just going on for me? How do I get to drill in and be able to see it? How do I not be afraid to drill in because I'm afraid? Because underneath there, what's going to happen to me if I do understand it? Am I going to leave my marriage? What's going to happen? What if I do get good at this?
Who am I then? Who am I if I'm not thinking about my food all the time? Who am I if I'm not dieting all the time, quote unquote? I'm
What
not
am I
saying
going to do? Yeah.
who am I? That's what the third phase is all about. Discovering yourself and looking outside and going, okay, what more is there? How much time have I spent focused on the food over and over again? I'm not suggesting it's not important. It's very important to get the right combination of things that are going to help you reach whatever goals you have. But most importantly, I love to help people gain their sanity.
Yeah. We're not going to get anywhere. We're going to keep being alive and facing and dealing with things as they come up in a more healthy way.